Because all of this is backwards. What's up is down and down is up. We're more Alice in Wonderland than we are House of Representatives. Because whether you agree that he needs to be impeached or not, do you not think there needs to be a modicum of process and rights? All of this is true. The rules completely aside, the minority hearing day, broken. Access to committee records rule, broken. Due process rights for the accused in impeachment, completely out the window. Rules for decorum in debate, well, we've seen that broken even on the House floor. Res 660, the authorization for this whole thing, the chairman could have used it to run a fair process. Unfortunately, we didn't. As I said earlier on, time and clock are terrible masters. And I've heard it so many times from the chairman of this committee, the chairman of my committee, and others, we've got to do this because of the 2020 election. Well, put a candidate up that's worth voting for. How about that? Instead of going after a president who you're having trouble beating because of the things that have happened in our country with unemployment, with the economy going good, and everything else. That's what political primaries are for, not this. The problem comes down today is there's several things that I'm going to leave you with, Mr. Chairman, and this is it. After all that has been said, all that's been talked about, and all that is within that wonderfully written report, there's 4 facts that will never change. Both the President and Mr. Zelensky say there was no pressure. The call transcript shows no conditionality in aid and an investigation. By the way, Mr. Sondland, their key witness, the only thing they ever quote is his opening statement. They don't like to quote when he actually was questioned, when he said, well, yeah, I presume that. And then when he talked about Mr. Yarmuk said, we didn't have any conversation about conditionality of aid. That was just come out just the other day. I'm not sure where we're getting this, but it's definitely wasn't a call transcript. Ukrainians were not aware the aid was withheld even when the president spoke, and Ukrainians did not open investigations, didn't get a meeting, and still got their aid. But what did we see last week and over the past 2 weeks? We saw Mr. Zelensky, President Zelensky, pillared in our committee. He's either a liar, a pathological liar according to the majority, or he is so weak he shouldn't be governing that country. That's tragic. We actually did that to this sitting leader, world leader in our committee. These are the kind of things that bother many of us. But also I know this is also on a clock and a calendar too. We'll have a few hours here, we'll talk about it. But I will remind my majority friends, and I do consider you friends, the clock and the calendar are terrible masters, and they lead to awful results. And yes, there will be a day of reckoning. The calendar and the clock will continue. But what you do here and how we have trashed the process in getting here will live on, and it will affect everything that we've come for. And so whatever you may gain will be short-lived, because the clock and the calendar also recognize common sense, which has not been used in this proceeding. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.